Hey everybody, this is Psalm 91:10, or Stick. I'm going to talk to you today about the signs of Christ's return, the way everything's going now. I guess it's about time to do it, or nobody else is going to do it, I guess. I haven't really found any on YouTube, but there's probably several. I just ain't looking hard enough, I guess. I'm having to use a PowerPoint for my notes. I was planning on putting it up on YouTube a couple of months back. Couldn't figure out how to do it, so I'm gonna have to just read off. I would show you the pictures, but I can't tell how many minutes I've got left or nothing like that, so just bear with me. This is probably gonna take like 3 different episodes to do. So, first off, Matthew chapter 24, verse 14 says, "The gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world, and all witnesses unto all nations." Tongue tie. Preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Notice we have missionaries all over the world now, even in the Middle East. We have them in the Philippines. We have them in some. I've heard stories of them being up in Antarctica and places like that, because just trying to reach other people out there. And also we got here YouTube. We got a lot of people witnessing on there. We got people telling others about Jesus on TV. Also, there will be a mixture of believers and false believers within the church body. Matthew 13:24-30 talks about the parable of the sower. He sowed good seed, and while he was asleep, another person came in and sowed in tares, which is like wheat, but it looks like wheat until it starts growing. Then you can tell the difference. So when it sprang up, the servants went to the master and said, "What do you want us to do?" He said, "Wait, come harvest time, we'll cut them out, we'll separate them, we'll throw the tares into the fire and wrap up the wheat and take it for harvest." That's what Jesus is going to do. He's going to come back, separate the church. He's going to pull the true believers out and leave the non-believers here on earth during the rapture. Of course, the word rapture doesn't really show up in the English context, but if you look up in the Greek, it's we get the word rapture from the word raptura, which is to be taken up, and that's also found in I think 2 Thessalonians. It's not in the notes here, but I'm just giving you a little extra information there, keep y'all interested a little bit, I guess. The Bible tells us one of the key signs of the end times will be people doubting the return of Christ will even happen. That's in 2 Peter 3 through chapter 3, verses 3 and 4. "Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scornful walking after their own lusts, and saying, Where is the promise of his coming? For since the Father fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation." We have that a lot today. People say he's not coming back. He's not going to come back. It's just I know that he's coming back because all these signs, and I've studied up on it, and I really do pray for these people who say he's not going to return, because they're going to get caught off guard. And that's one thing Christ tells us not to do, is get caught up off guard. I'm kind of hurrying through this because I only have like 10 minutes per video, and also I want to try and get as much information as I can. I'm not very good at talking at times. Excuse me. Humanity will be able to cross the globe rapidly, and science will be advancing. Daniel 12, chapter 12, verse 4 says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase." Notice the words "run to and fro." It means come from one end of the world to the other. You know, we have airplanes, we have buses, we have cars. We have the space program. You can circle the whole globe in like 5 minutes, I guess is what it would be. I don't know. I'm not a rocket scientist or nothing like that, but you know, we can travel the world pretty rapidly. Perilous times will come for all mankind. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. That's, you know, think of it. We're right now in a perilous time because we're struggling for our economical situation and everything. Mankind will deny God once flooded the earth. 2 Peter chapter 3 verses 5 through 6. For they will willingly are ignorant of that by the word of God, and heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflown with water, perished. You know, I hear people say the world was never flooded. Yeah, I don't really see how anyone can see that, because science, for a lot of stuff I've researched, has shown that the world has been flooded. Also, if you do a little research on the Ark in Turkey, they found what believed to be the Noah's Ark in Turkey, up on a mountain. I can't remember the mountain's name, but I don't see how they could deny that after that finding. The earth will be swimming in a sea of violence, as it was in the days of Noah. This is out of Luke chapter 17 verse 26. So it shall be at the end. How was the earth in Noah's time? Look no further than Genesis 6:11. The earth was also corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And what is it now? And wars. I mean, you go out, you turn on the news, you see people getting shot, you see people getting blown up. I mean, and people getting mad, just killing each other over stupid stuff. Video games. I play a couple of violent video games, but you know, it's just a sign that the world is getting a little violent. Depends on how far you take the video game thing, though. There will be warfare over the globe, all over the world. Mark 13, verse 8. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Right now is going on the Israel-Gaza warfare, and you got also United States against Iraq. You got Afghanistan. The war on terror in Afghanistan. It's just a few of the signs. It's not all over yet. Mankind will have the capacity to destroy all life on the planet. Matthew 24 verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. This prophecy could not have been fulfilled prior to the invention of weapons of mass destruction, such as the nuclear bomb, the hydrogen bomb. I'm reading off my notes here, so some of these notes I've got, it's been a long time since I've done this, so I've forgotten a lot of stuff I meant to add to it. So you'll have to excuse me if some of this don't make no sense, because sometimes I'm reading it and don't make no sense because of my notes. And I am down to 9 minutes 11 seconds. I'm gonna have to cut this video short for a minute and continue it on the next one. Bye, and I'll be back in the next second or so because I'm gonna continue this.